Hello and welcome, foolish mortals. This is Emily.
And Clayton, your ghost hosts, or should I say your epic hosts today.
Mm,
Today we're talking epic. So
Epic universe, that
we're
is.
doing a trip recap from our recent Florida trip. Today will mostly be epic universe. Basically, it's just all epic universe.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do the cruise related content. I think without further ado, we can get into it.
It's time to make it magical.
Yeah, so it's today we're recording today. We're doing a little bit different. We're recording later because we have been partaking. My wife is just so very awesome.
Ooh, I like to hear that.
She it's the 25th anniversary of a little trilogy of movies.
You may have heard of it
You
before.
may have heard of them before. The Lord of the Rings. We are doing the second weekend of the showings. We just got back from the Two Towers, and wow. They
You also
are
have to give
long.
me extra props, extended edition.
Yes, they are also the extended edition.
I am also doing extended
So,
edition with you.
This is basically the first time I've seen any of these in theaters besides The Return of the King, which we saw one time for its like 20th anniversary. But yeah, it's the 25th anniversary. So we just got back from the Two Towers. We got Return of the King tomorrow. It's a marathon. But
Mhm.
we're
Why
here.
are you mentioning that?
I don't know. I just like
Just
to
say
talk.
I'm pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I was mostly that reason. Exactly.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
More
exactly.
of that, please. I love that.
Yeah, so we're pretty light on mouse keeping. We don't have anything else. We do have a new shout out though for a new Patreon member.
We do.
Yes, this is our newest Happy Haunt. Her reservation at the Haunted Mansion is
It
stamped
has been accepted.
and ready to go. We know this person very closely. She is my mother, Denise. So, yes, thanks, Mom, for
Thanks, Denise.
joining Patreon. Now we get to talk about both moms on the show.
Both moms.
Yeah, we talk about your mom too
Oh,
because she's also a
What do
Patreon member.
I thought you had a note about my mom.
The moms are holding down the Happy Haunt level. But
They are. They're doing a good job.
speaking of Patreon, yes, we did watch Disneyland Handcrafted. No, we will not be talking about it today.
Oh,
We will be putting out a Patreon episode about it sometime in the future, probably after we get back from the half marathon, which we will be leaving for literally the day this releases.
yes, Disneyland Half Marathon. We're doing the Dumbo Double Dare Challenge. I've never done that one before.
Yeah.
Clayton's done it a couple times.
I have done it a couple times. You've done the challenge, but
I've done the Halloween challenge, but never Dumbo.
really,
Yeah, really. I've only ever done the half.
you didn't do the Dumbo challenge last year?
No.
Oh, because we did the marathon. That's right. We didn't do the Dumbo one. That's
We were in Disney World.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
How I things I forgot.
But yeah, so we have this whole trip recap to do, which will be very exciting.
We have
of
this trip
course.
recap. We have the cruise recap.
And then we got some Disneyland
More
recap, which
recapping.
we haven't even experienced yet. That's also coming up.
So,
So
yeah.
lots of fun. But yeah, stay tuned for on the Patreon side. We actually have a Castaway Key 5K vlog that we did. Not sure how that turned out yet. Clayton hasn't edited it yet.
No, I have not.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's okay.
Mostly, you'll be running with us around
but that
Castaway.
should be coming, and we give you at least a look at
some
the island.
tips. Yeah,
Pretty
you
cool.
run the island with us, and you just have. It only will cost you us doing this into the microphones. But yes,
That I think we also want to do a 20 look at the year coming up.
yeah,
Reflection, more so on that, goals for the podcast,
yeah.
all of our plans, because yes, I'm a planner. I like to plan out the year ahead. So we have sat down to figure out all of our trips, fun things we want to do. So that's going to be coming on Patreon eventually. I don't want to make promises on dates yet.
That's the least of our worries at the moment.
Yes.
Okay.
And then what was the final thing that's coming? Oh, Disneyland Handcrafted. That's why you started talking about this. We're going to, of course, we have to
Yeah, of
gush
course.
over it. And we're not going to say any more about it, but go watch it. Just go watch it.
Okay.
That is it. But however, Clayton did mention at the top of the episode, it's a little different for us. We're recording at night. We never usually do that. So hopefully it turns out okay. We will
You're
see.
already super hyper, so you're
I'm
jumping around. So
excited.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
I'm excited.
Okay.
This is also a different episode because we call ourselves the Disney centric podcast. However, Universal is stepping on the turf today. It's all about Universal, baby.
Yeah, we're talking Epic Universe. I think it's a relevant discussion point for a theme park podcast. So yeah, let's talk about it. So we flew to Florida a couple weeks ago.
Should I have my notes
No,
out?
it's fine. I can
Okay, you got it.
MC this bad boy.
You better not skip anything.
I'm
Usually
aware.
I'm checking on you.
I know. Well, don't worry.
I'm also wearing my glasses today. You're welcome to everyone on YouTube. You get to see my fancy glasses.
She's been wearing those since she even brought those glasses to go see the movie theater movie. She doesn't have to do that, but she wanted to.
Said I want to see this crystal clear for you, Clayton.
They look so good. It's amazing that
my
a movie
glasses on me.
Yeah, that and the movie that came out 25 years ago.
It really does.
It's amazing how good it looks. It's actually impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good.
Not quite as good as Disneyland though. For being over 70 years old, he's a beaut.
Okay.
You know what? These glasses have really been around. They've also been in the Walt Disney animatronic show in Disneyland, so I could see him clearly.
And you were worried that we would have a weird energy in this video. Okay.
I'm just excited.
I guess before we get going, any plugs? If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you as we talk about Epic today. If you want to book your own Epic Universe trip, Emily can do that. She's a Disney-inspired travel agent, but she can do pretty much it all. She can help you with pretty much everything.
Yes, we're not going to focus on this too much.
Yeah.
If you would like my help, my planning services are completely free to you. You can find all my information, how to contact me in the show notes. I'm sure Clayton, he'll flash it on the screen too for you to see. So reach out. We can get your next trip going and rolling.
Emily's like, we'll finish this in post. And I'm like, meanwhile, the
Good
post
luck, Clayton.
Okay, let's talk about our stay. So we flew over to Florida. We landed in MCO, everyone's favorite Orlando-based airport.
I really like MCO.
I do not like the terminal. So
I don't like the specific terminal we've ended up in the last couple times.
Well, it's the only terminal we'll ever land in at this point.
Yeah, I know.
So we flew Alaskan. We did not do a red eye. We landed in the I do not like the A terminal, which we landed in. It's like the Sahara Desert with like nothing to do in there. But it's we landed, and first thing I noted was I packed entirely wrong. Last time we were in Florida in January, it was the coldest January in like Florida record. And this was not that. I had like one pair of shorts.
It was really nice. It was 80 degrees.
And I got chocolate
to which I said, Clayton, why don't you just look at the weather ahead of time?
Yeah.
You're like, you're supposed to tell me what to pack.
Yeah. You are supposed to tell me what to pack.
And I did not. I gave you some tips. I made sure to tell you, pack your matching button-up shirt so we can have a matchy day.
Yeah,
bring your Walt shirt.
You didn't tell me to pack shorts. You just literally said, bring your matching button-up shirt.
Do you want me to fill your suitcase for you, dear?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
Like, kind of.
So I had one pair of shorts. And fun fact, I got a little chocolate on them when we had a bacon, chocolate-covered bacon piece from the Polynesian. Let me tell you what. That thing was glorious. But then I got chocolate on my pants, my shorts.
You're like,
and I was out of shorts.
These are my only shorts for the trip.
We could have done laundry on the cruise ship, but that's not what we're talking about. So yes, we got to Epic. We took an Uber from MCO over to Cabana Bay. This is a Universal value resort.
It is one of the on-property hotels. So similarly to Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
They have hotel. I can't even speak. I'm so excited to talk about this. Hotel categories. So just like with Disney, they also have value, kind of moderate type resorts, and then the deluxe category.
I forgot to mention, I did see Epic coming in on our flight. I looked out the window. I was like, that looks like a theme park. I was explaining to Em, and Emily's like, yeah, that sounds like Epic
you're probably
Universe.
looking at the Helios Grand Hotel.
I think I was.
And you were. I did confirm later on. Is that the building you saw, Clayton?
But I was not staying there.
No, we did not stay there.
We stayed at Cabana Bay.
It's very beautiful, though.
So, thoughts on Cabana Bay?
Yes. So, well, I think what we need to talk about here, everything that's included, even though it is one of the lower tier, most affordable resorts, which it is very affordable, and this whoa. Can we restart that? Just punch the microphone.
Just keep it in. You can just live with the things. Yeah. So, have you been to a value resort on Disney World property?
Maybe we shouldn't record at night.
If you've been on a value resort at Disney World property, a lot of the amenities here will you'll be aware of. You'll know because they are on our property. So you have a pool, pretty nice pool.
However,
Yeah.
this is where I felt this may be a
Mm.
little controversial for me to say. I felt like Cabana Bay outshined some of the value resorts on Disney property in some ways.
Yeah, fair enough.
They had a Starbucks, first of all, which I think is really nice to have. Those are, I think, for the most part, they are at all of the on-property resorts at Universal. Very nice feature.
That's fair.
Also, for it being a value resort, they had a lazy river, bowling, quick service dining with a huge area, plenty of seating for families. On top of that, they had like a little malt shop.
Yeah. They did. We didn't partake in the malt shop, but yeah, they did have that.
Ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Like retro. That was kind of the whole theme.
It kind of fits in the theme of the thing, yeah.
Thing of the thing.
The theme of the the hotel.
Well, maybe people don't know what the theme is.
What would you describe the theme as? Like 50s, like Florida cabana type stuff, right? Like 50s, kind of 50s, 60s Florida kind of resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a cabana bay. It's like a beach. It's a bay beach. Yeah. It's a bay beach. We did partake in the Starbucks. So generally our park day breakfast usually consists of a quick service meal. So we figured that we'll get into this, why we got breakfast at the Starbucks at the resort, because we had some time while Emma's getting ready, and
you're going way out of order here.
Why?
Because that's the next day.
Oh, well, sorry. I was just talking about our hotel stay. In any case, you're correct. I did skip something. Oh no. So yeah,
maybe I should have the notes out.
No. Come on, trust me.
Okay. On top of that, let's cover all the bases here, sir. Like with Disney, they also offer transportation to all of the Universal parks as well. So you do not need to worry about that. That is included with your hotel stay.
This is correct. Anything else?
Yes, another big thing, you get early park admission.
Oh yeah, you get early park admission. That is
an
important.
hour though into all of the parks each day.
That is a leg up. They really are put Disney in their place on that one.
Okay, we don't need to.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying it's very nice.
I mean, it's very convenient, and it did make a difference on our Epic Day, but we'll talk about that later. Let's see, anything else? I thought it was a good stay. Room was clean. It was small. It was a smaller room. It was a double room. But the room,
it's comparable to a value resort.
Right. We didn't really.
Basically.
That's also very true. We didn't really spend a whole lot of time in the room. We spent the night we landed, the night we were at the parks, and then we checked out. So, but we didn't really spend a whole lot of time there. We basically got there, walked around a little bit of the resort.
They also had an area with sand where you could stick your feet in. It's very
that was right outside.
Really nice.
That's right outside the.
I felt like they had a lot of really great offerings.
I mean,
considering what you're paying for your room there, it's a very nice hotel. I would recommend it to anyone doing a Universal stay.
I would also further that recommendation. There was something I was just about to say, but now I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
In any case, we got to the resort. We did have some trouble finding our room. We were in the wrong building and the wrong floor. Some very nice, helpful janitorial staff helped us point us in the right direction. Mm-hmm. So that was very helpful. Otherwise, we probably would still be looking for our room.
We would still be at Cabana Bay right now. One fun thing, when you check in, they will give each person their own room key, and each room key has a different kind of Universal IP attached to it.
Yeah.
Seems like they know us too well, because yours was Transformers, mine was Harry Potter. Kind of like they know us.
It's kind of like they know us. Well, we took those keys, we took a bus, we went over to City Walk. So this is kind of like the equivalent of Disney Springs, but it happens to be right in front of the two older Universal parks. So there's Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, he says.
Ding, ding, ding. You were correct. Well done.
Emily, it's been like 3 years now. And she still got a gripe about security.
I'm salty.
So this last time, I think you've all heard the story. We were all very vocal about it.
If you've been for a while with us, you
you've
for sure heard the story.
We were very vocally against Disney World security on our first first experience with it.
Yes.
We have maybe some
the newer,
the
improved
newer
security.
improved that we got to experience this trip. We didn't have those issues, so it seems like kind of a good thing.
I think I give it a pass now. However, if there were issues in the future, you will know. I will tell you about it.
But before we got there, we got to experience Universal security, which Emily's just like, this is always such a dream.
I think they need to bring this to Disneyland. This type of system.
I could say that, yeah.
If you have not been to Universal Studios Florida,
Mm-hmm.
it's essentially the same way it works at the airport, where you put your bags on a conveyor belt, it goes through and scans, and then you yourself will go through your own scanner. So if there's anything on your person that flags, they will have to do another little scan station for you. But if there's anything concerning in your bag, then they will need to check it further. However, so I think Disneyland for sure could adopt this. They need to update their kind of security system.
Yeah, they could adopt it. So we walked around City Walk for a bit, got some dinner. So we had we got the bao buns.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Cuban sandwich. I have a new name in my index of names that I've been given. I've been on a roll with getting my right name a lot. But
can you explain? I think there's probably a lot of listeners that
I'm
don't
gonna
know
get there.
all this.
So I'm gonna get there. So apparently, whenever I go to Disney World, the name Clayton is a very
not just Disney World. This is just life. This is life in general.
Okay,
people somehow have a hard time saying Clayton, which I always puzzles me because it's Clay ton. How you say it, you spell it how you say it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You spell it how you say it.
But for some reason, it gives people trouble.
But for some reason, when we went to get our Cuban sandwich, even though I said 2 syllables, the man behind the register, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I don't care. Emily refuses to let it go, though, and she keeps bringing it up, and she insisted that we tell the story. So I said 2 syllables, Clayton. And he's like, sure. And then he said, here's your number, Cleet. and he even, I swear, the look he gave me when he said it, he's like, dude, I know this isn't right.
Just go with me.
Just go with it. Cause he looked at it. He's like, I'm sorry. I don't know here. And I'm like, dude,
it's fine.
It's fine. You don't.
I don't care.
You probably aren't getting paid enough to care, and I honestly don't care.
You could have told him at least you're not the worst offender when you got your name Plankton in Disneyland. That's my favorite one.
Are you sure?
Plankton.
Oh my god. Okay, so
that goes in the history books.
This goes back to the very beginning of mine and Emily's relationship. I guess we could tell this story when we went to Hawaii. Like a year, not even a year in, we were 7 months.
Yes.
Your family
took
us to Hawaii, and we were going to go do snorkeling. They called in at the resort. They called in down to the snorkeling place and booked our appointment. And they were naming off all the names, and they were going through all the names to check us in at the place. Emily's stomach just made a very large noise. I hope
it's ready to talk about Dark Universe.
I hope that's on there. So and then
sound like a cat meowing.
Yeah. So without getting the worker reads out Drayton, and I go, well, I'm the only one left. That must be me. And that story keeps getting brought up a lot too.
I mean, I'm not gonna. The funniest part on top of that
was they changed my last name
to my maiden name.
So,
like, well, neither of those are correct.
No, those are correct. So we had our Cuban sandwich, we got our bao buns. We really just walked around. Emily was like, wow, they use tots here instead of potato barrels. They actually use tater tots, the name, instead of potato barrels. They're edgy.
They're rolling to say the actual name.
We wanted a frozen margarita, so we went to Margaritaville, and we had a the marketing on the beverage that we ordered was...
I don't think we read it correctly. It was also confusing.
And we had been on a plane for a very long time today. And being up our flight was like first thing in the morning. So we were up at like 5 a.m., maybe even earlier. And it said a margarita in a blender. We're like, oh, so it's going to be a blended margarita. No, it was a margarita in a blender. in a commemorative Margaritaville blender.
Which I said, this isn't quite proper theming because we have it in a blender, but they didn't actually blend it.
Yeah.
They forgot to turn our cup on.
Yeah. So we
okay. It did the job.
It actually was like a double margarita. So for the price that we paid, it is actually a pretty good deal. But we're not complaining.
We're not complaining. We're on vacation.
We walked around. I think we got a treat at the chocolate place.
The Chocolate Emporium.
Yeah.
Toothsome. That's what it's called.
Toothsome?
Not toothless. Toothsome.
Yeah, we got a chocolate just to hold us over.
I was explaining the backstory of the whole restaurant to you.
Yeah.
And like, are you impressed that I know all of this, even though we've never eaten here? Like, I'd expect nothing less.
I would expect nothing less.
Do my research.
Yeah.
I like well-themed environments.
So we went back to the room. We stayed up for a while. I watched.
Oh, one thing I wanted to mention: City Walk.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of just the overall look of it, and it reminds me of Downtown Disney in California.
Bright, kind of unique stuff.
Yeah, it's just very bright, loud.
Yeah.
I really like all of that. It feels like everything's kind of its own thing. A big mishmash of things, lots of beautiful lights.
Downtown
colorful.
Disney's not looking like that anymore.
I prefer old Downtown Disney, the one I grew up with.
So yeah, we went back to the room. We relaxed. We were up for a while. I read a book while watching the college football playoff. And that was still a long time ago. And I said, I've probably been ruined with watching sports on the West Coast. I hate watching sports on the East Coast. It is terrible.
After a night time.
I feel for everyone who, especially my mom, because she complains about it every time, which I now know your pain a lot. It's so nice.
I have a solution for you.
On the
Just
West
don't
Coast.
watch sports.
College football.
That's my solution.
College football playoff this year was incredible. Okay. We woke up. We were going to go to Epic. Weather today was great. As I said, I had one pair of shorts. I wore them. Otherwise, I was not prepared.
No rain in the forecast. Sunny skies. It was beautiful.
So I walked over to the aforementioned Starbucks. I got ourselves a set of coffees and some food while we were getting ready for the park day. I had a bit of a problem. My cup was split. I was leaking cold brew halfway across the resort before I noticed. And I said, hey, there's a split in this. And they're like, oh, okay. I legitimately was like in the Starbucks, just like, what is going on? Because like cold brew kept spurting out and I couldn't tell where. And I was like standing there for like I didn't tell you the whole story. I was like standing there for 5 minutes.
Really?
Trying to figure it out. Finally, I caught it. I was like, hey, the cup you gave me. So they gave me a new one. But whatever. So one of the big things.
Well, that's good to note. It tells you they're really good with customer service there.
Yeah. So this is our Epic Universe day. So how we're going to do this, you're going to kind of follow us around and we're going to kind of talk about things.
But this is going to be a little different because usually you literally follow us around in our trip recaps from everything that happens moment by moment. We're going to try and do it a bit differently because we were all over the place throughout the day. We bounced from lands to lands.
And it kind of worked out where we were kind of like in one land and then one land. And we were very like, we were in a land for a long time. So it would make a lot of sense. But
the point, point is we're going to cover the land in its entirety and then move on to the next land. Just so we're not making you bounce around with us.
No hodgepodge arena. But so we have.
But what?
I don't know. So one of the important things for about 3 days leading up to this trip, Emily was freaking out. Why, you might ask?
Doing research.
No, she was panicking, full on panicking.
I wasn't panicking.
No,
I wanted to be prepared.
No. You were panicking. No, you were panicking. You were 100% panicking. You were panicking.
Do you understand why?
Well, yeah, I understand why, but you were panicking.
Why?
Because she did not know the order of which to do things to ensure that we could do the most on our Epic day. We were only there for a day. We did not have the express pass. So we had to make the most of our day.
The moment Epic Universe was announced, I've been so excited for this park. And me and you, we're probably only going to do this together. I mean, maybe I can convince you to go back once they expand more because they are expanding. This is just phase 1 of the park right now. They're for sure expanding. They have lots of expansion plots. So that is to come. However, I don't know when or if that will ever happen. We don't know that. And I've been very excited. I wanted to
know.
experience it with you.
And so you
And I
were
didn't think I was, because for a while it seemed like you didn't want to go.
now in fair, let me just be disclaimer. A lot of the Universal rides make me very, very sick. So I actually really enjoy the park. Unfortunately, the last few times I've either been sick or I get really sick in the park. So like I do like the Universal Park. I like a lot of the things that they have there, but I just can't experience a lot of it without feeling like, very bad. Which will come up in this thing. So we had early entry. So we took our bus. We got to the park entrance at about
Entrance
or just before 8. We lined up. Unfortunately, ticketing was down today. We probably would have been through faster.
Mhm.
We were through probably about 15 minutes into that hour.
That's probably max. It's like maybe 10 to 15
So
minutes
yeah,
after.
it was like, it's unfortunate. Ticketing was down.
That's fine.
It is what it is. Stuff
That's
happens.
not the usual experience. We're just, unfortunately, there's something going on. It sounds like it's been a big problem.
Yeah.
That lasted more than just the day we were there. Honestly, I didn't care. I was just happy to be there. A big thing with security, what to expect if they have not started letting people through. It may seem like there's only 2 major
Yeah.
lines. However, that's incorrect. If you can,
kind of filter through to the far right or left and find
there are
another line.
smaller lines.
Because they're all individual lines. It's not like a single corral going in.
It's just hard when everyone's lined up and they're not filtering people
Human
through.
nature is to get in line without asking questions. So ask a question and find a new line.
And plus, what's really nice, there's a bathroom right there.
Yeah.
So if you're not moving, use the restroom first before you get into the park.
Okay. So we got in. So like we said, 9:15-ish. Or 8:15. 8:15-ish, excuse me. The park opens at 9. So
park opens.
Park opens at 10. We got in at 9:15.
There we go.
So here's where things can be a bit tricky. You have a few options.
But this is also going to change. This was only specific for when we were there. They were altering which lands or portals. That's the kind of lingo we need to use for Epic Universe here.
Okay.
Portals. Different ones are going to be available for early park entry starting in February.
Oh. So the portals that were available for us were Harry Potter and...
No. Early entry for just hotel guests to get on the actual rides were only for Super Nintendo World and Dark Universe. However, this is where kind of the catch is. They will let you into the other portals, anybody, and you can just wait in the queue.
Yeah.
But for if you went to Super Nintendo World, let's say, once early entry starts, they will check your hotel room key to verify that you're staying there. So they will not let anyone else in aside from hotel guests. And you can start going and enjoying those attractions there. However, I'd say make sure, check the Universal website for the most up-to-date information because, again, early entry is changing. So all attractions might be included. Just always check the website.
Okay.
So that's how that works. So what we did... with my research, I'm surprised you didn't mention all of this yet. My frantic researching the night before and the morning.
I had her tell her, like, look, it's going to be okay. We'll get on what we get on. It's going to be okay. So with her research, she basically said the choice that you have, I guess I'll phrase it this way. The choice that we had was either go do the early entry at those aforementioned lands that Emily mentioned.
Which it seemed like Super Nintendo World would have been our better option.
Yeah, so spoiler, we did not get on Donkey Kong. We got on pretty much everything else, but not Donkey Kong. We decided to go and get in line for the Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, right? And so how that works is, as Angela mentioned, you can basically get in line, go through most of the queue, and then the thing is with it, it's hit or miss whether or not the ride opens up with the park.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, so
that is the key takeaway here. I don't know what the proper what kind of word do we want to give for the workers at Universal? I don't want to just say workers because they're not cast members. That's Disney. Stage managers.
There you go.
I don't know. Magic. They're also magic makers. I don't know. Anyways, so Universal team
Sure.
members.
The Universal
team
team members, a team member.
They will tell you if you get into a line like that, if they open up the portal and they'll let you wait in a queue until the park officially opens. They will tell you we are not going to open until 10 a.m. They usually can't tell you any more information.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a gamble. Sometimes they may decide if the ride is running smoothly, they're going to let people in, even if it is before that 10 a.m. park opening. So I've heard from my diligent research, Clayton, that they start some mornings they might start letting people in the Harry Potter ride running at 9:30, a half hour before the park even opens. It just depends.
So unfortunately, that was not today though. It opened up probably an hour after park opening.
Yes.
So we sat in that line for an hour. If we did not, we would not get on the ride to that day. So that's the flip side of that.
Here's where my research also came in handy. I was checking ride wait times throughout the day, a couple days in advance to just see what the trends were. Epic Universe was quite busy. I think we were still dealing with some remnants after the holiday crowds. I'm not sure why it was still so busy, but it clearly was.
Mm-hmm.
And the Harry Potter attraction, I knew it was going to be a big problem. And unfortunately, when I asked Clayton, what's the thing you really want to do at Epic Universe? And you said, you know, the one thing I really want to do, and we can call it a day, I'll be happy, is if I get to go through the Flu Network. I said, well, that is the most difficult thing to do in all of Epic Universe right now, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Clayton, I will try. So then I did all my research to figure out what to do, and this was the strategy that seemed would be the best, because the alternative was the rest of the day. It seemed like Harry Potter was going to have a 4-hour wait.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Flu Network was kind of having some issues when we walked through it. So it is what it is. So after the ride did open up, we got through the queue. It's a very impressive queue, very lovely queue.
You're underselling it. Oh my god! Considering we have been to the actual Harry Potter filming sets,
yes,
in London.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the whole kit caboodle. Yeah, for some reason, I forgot that opener. Yeah, so the Ministry is a part of the queue. What am I? I'm burying the lead here. I was amazed that they built the Ministry.
Yeah, you're leading to say the queue is cool.
I like this.
What
There's two distinct portions of this queue for me. It's when we were sitting there for the longest time in the Ministry. Where we got stuck in the queue waiting for the ride was in the Ministry.
You're in a very cool spot of the queue.
So we basically got to sit in the Ministry for an hour. And then there's literally everything else throughout the rest of the queue as you're trying to find your way to the courtroom box thing.
Yeah.
And that's why my brain short circuited.
Yeah. But it is, I was freaking out because we were leading into doing where you get to travel by flu powder. Yeah. And I still think even though the illusion or flu illusion wasn't quite working in the way it was supposed to. It was very cool. It was a dream.
I can picture it in my mind.
The fact that they decide to make that part of the queue when they don't have to, and the logistics behind guiding the right amount of people in at the right amount of time, it's very neat. Whether or not it's functioning properly, a dream. I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I love it so much. I think I've determined it's my favorite book series. It brings me so much joy. And to get to do that, oh my gosh, I think you got a video of me. I'm just it's the greatest thing ever. And after that, the grand reveal, I mean, we don't have to do all the details about everything within the queue. It is, do I want to say it's the best queue I've ever been in? I think it is.
Okay.
Do you think
I mean,
it is?
Probably, yeah.
I haven't really thought about it.
I mean, the Gringotts queue was cool too, but
this is
probably better, yeah.
The scale of everything, the details.
Looks like you're in the movies.
You all about it's real tile, everything. I can't even imagine. I was just saying, how much money do you think they put into this one room? I don't even know. It's incredible. What I was trying to get out by mentioning we've seen actual movie sets. Looks like it looks the exact same.
Like the movie set, yeah. So when we went to the UK last, we did the Harry Potter studio tour, and one of the things that they have saved is the Ministry set. So it's basically like walking through the Ministry set. So it was spot on, basically tile for tile. So let's talk about the actual ride.
I think so. Here's just a funny thing. So we didn't move for a long time. Then we started moving.
Yeah.
And we were moving pretty slow. I mean, we still had quite a bit of a ways to go before we got on the actual attraction.
Yeah.
And I said to you, Clayton, this line's not even moving, and this is still the best day ever. I was so happy. There's so much detail. I'm like, wait, we moved past a spot really fast. I'm like, what? Can we slow this down? Like, I didn't get to pay attention to this. I need to see this a little bit better here.
Okay. We had a whole park day that we had to still do and still talk about.
I was content. It is an attraction in itself waiting in that line.
Editing this 2-hour monstrosity of an episode will be impressive.
Epic, I think you mean.
So thoughts on the ride?
Well, you can explain. You saw my face.
Yeah, Emily, the whole time we were doing this ride was like her head was flipping around back and forth, and no joke, jaw agape the whole time, just like. Meanwhile, I'm trying to look at anything that's not the ride so that I don't lose what I did have for breakfast all over said wife, because I get this. Unfortunately, this is.
I got really nervous about
unfortunately,
this one.
this is 3 for 3 on the Harry Potter rides of where I get incredibly nauseous.
Do you think this is the worst one for you?
No, I think the one
Forbidden Journey is the worst
broomstick
one?
one is the worst. Yeah, the whatever one that
What
one
about
is.
this compared to the Green Gots ride?
See, the problem is with the Green Gots ride,
You were already
I have
sick.
no recollection of at anything at all besides like 4 things that day because I was so immensely sick, and I do recall being nauseous, but I don't know how big of a difference it would have made with everything else I had going on.
Yeah,
But
the ride started. I immediately became very nervous. For like, I think
it's
Clayton
just
might have
like-
some troubles.
yeah,
But
it's just-
you recovered quite quickly
yeah,
after we got off.
maybe that was because I took Bonine to try to help, but they make me sick.
I would say if screens and a lot of ride movement,
Not your cup of tea.
you have issues with
unfortunately.
that, I would say still go on this, but just be prepared that it might cause you some issues and may have some downtime after this attraction. Because I thought this was an incredible ride.
Yeah.
I was just trying to understand, like, if I was outside the ride vehicle, what is going on? How are
There's a
they
lot
making all
going
this
on,
happening?
And there's some really impressive looking animatronics.
The
Unfortunately,
animatronics.
one of the animatronics was down.
I know there's
two,
two are
two-
actually
yeah, that's right.
down.
One of the Death Eaters was also down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Which was very unfortunate. There's also something, I don't want to say what it is. There's something in the queue that we didn't get to see,
Oh.
which is kind of very important to the story.
Oh,
So that was having trouble too. However, with all of
Interesting.
that, it's a very impressive attraction. Does it qualify as being one of the best attractions in the world? In my eyes, no, because I like classic things like Pirates and Haunted Mansion. So I'm just different that way. And I think, spoiler alert, there is a better attraction in this park in my eyes, and I think in Clayton's eyes as well.
mm-hmm.
Very cool though. So impressive. It is worth going on. I don't think it's worth a 4-hour wait. I don't think any
so
ride
either.
is worth a 4-hour wait though.
No.
But incredible what Universal has created with this. It is a showstopper for this park.
Okay, let's talk about Le Cirque Arcanu.
You got it.
This
Look
is
at
the
you.
this is the Forbidden Beasts inspired
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts, not Forbidden Beasts. Fantastic,
You're thinking Forbidden Journey.
Fantastic Beasts,
And where to find them.
and where to find them. Inspired stage show.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily need to have a lot of knowledge about
No.
Fantastic Beasts. Yes.
Knowing who the main character is probably good enough.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
I really
probably
don't.
fine.
We haven't seen all of the movies. We've seen the first one once,
Yeah,
and I still enjoyed it
was
without
good.
knowing much about the movies.
it was a good show.
Yeah.
Live entertainment isn't good.
I do have one big complaint though. There's kind of like a pre-show, and then you transition to the main show.
It's a bit chaotic.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind times a billion.
Yeah,
Basically trying to get from point A to point B.
yeah. That is not the best.
However, minus that part, as far as moving from the first room to the
Mhm.
second room, I really enjoyed it. It's very unique. It's something I've never seen done in a theme park before. I really liked it. I'm also a fan of just any kind of show where you get to sit down that doesn't involve waiting in an incredibly long line to get on a ride. I think that's very important in parks in today's environment. So I felt like it was a great addition to this particular portal.
So this was pretty much the majority of our interaction with the land. We did come back in at the night to kind of see how things were like, but we didn't. Since this was like in the morning and not quite yet lunch, we did think about eating at one of the restaurants there. That was a kind of their hybrid quick service, but it was kind of a lengthier wait. We had a lot to get through, so
What's important to note when we were looking to eat though, this
it
was peak lunchtime.
was lunchtime. So no, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, but
I
we
just wanted to point that out. It wasn't like we were going during an off hour. We were there at like 12:30.
It took us like 3 hours to basically get through Harry Potter. Almost basically, because it opened up an hour in, and then we still had to wait in the queue for like almost 40 some minutes before we got.
Yeah. So if it wasn't delayed, we would have had a much shorter wait time.
So that's pretty much what we did in land. The land looks amazing. You're basically transported. I love how the portals.
Where are you transported to?
What?
It's basically Wizarding Paris.
Yeah, Wizarding Paris. You go through that portal, you kind of turn around the corner, and you're in there. I think it's almost like if you were literally in the movie in an aspect, you know, how they always walking through like a random door in there, a whole new world. I did get that. So yeah, I thought the land was a win.
The scale of everything. I was telling you about how the smallest or shortest building in this land is still taller than anything in the other two Harry Potter worlds. And it shows everything. It is massive. The grand reveal of it when you first enter the portal, fantastic. I think it's genius. There's so much detail. We got to only really enjoy the detail so much when we were waiting to be shot through the queue. I was like feeling the walls because like there's posters posted up, and it's not just like a painted on thing. It's like they actually put a poster on, they wore it down. And they did that like everywhere.
Yeah. We need to move on because we have so much more to talk about. So we decided to head over to Berk.
Isle of Berk.
Isle of Berk. How to Train Your Dragon land, as you might say. We did Spitfire for lunch. So this is
Spitfire Grill.
Spitfire Grill for lunch. We get to do mobile ordering. So you got the Lugnuts chicken bowl.
You don't have to. You can.
Oh, you can. We did mobile ordering. You got like Lugnuts chicken bowl, and I got Stoics steak bowl thing. I liked the composition of your bowl more, I think, than mine overall. They were both very good.
Yes.
Once we did find a seat to eat it, it was a bit chaotic there. Again, we were kind of at peak lunchtime. But it was basically like trying to snipe a table as soon as someone left. Without hovering, like you're like, hey, are you done yet?
I'm breathing down someone's neck. Can you hurry up, please?
I did have an issue with my freestyle Coke machine because it didn't.
You're telling me to hurry up. This is what you're focusing on.
It's like one thing. But yes, it was good. I would recommend Spitfire Grill for lunch. Pretty healthy meal, pretty good portion. We did not. Hearty. We did not have the mac and cheese cone thing. We just got these for lunch.
I think this is the unsung hero. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was really good.
I want more of this in theme parks. It was so good.
We walked around the land, but we did the Untrainable Dragon. This is their live entertainment show in the Berkland.
However, before we entered the theater,
oh no,
I noticed we're like pointing and looking up the sky.
Oh, what? That. Okay. I thought you were going to talk about the other thing. I thought you were going to talk about the big blue box building.
Yeah, one of my complaints. Okay. But people were pointing and looking up the sky. I'm like, what is going on? And we look up and they had a dragon flying around. I didn't think dragon drone. I hadn't heard these were actually happening. I knew this was a plan for Isle of Berk, but for some reason, I think they were like
testing it back. They weren't like, it wasn't flying through the land. It was just, they were testing it, I thought.
I've seen other videos now after we went, and they were still doing the same thing. So it seems like this might be maybe a regular occurrence. Okay. I don't know because it wasn't present at all prior to us going. It was it was amazing.
So we did the
Right?
it was amazing. Yes, I'm moving us on.
Okay.
We
So
had
yeah,
I have to keep
we
us on a
approached the big
regular
blue
time
box.
interval.
Let's first talk about, so anytime you enter one of the portals, this is Universal's way of doing the grand reveal to you,
Mhm.
which I think, what do you think about the portals?
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
basically kind of walk through almost a tube-like little
The
area.
best one is the Nintendo one by far.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Also, I love the dark. I don't know. They're all
The
very
best
cool.
one is the Nintendo one by far because you go through the pipe. All of them
Yeah.
are cool, but nothing compares to the Nintendo one as far as that is concerned.
Yeah.
But
They're
go on.
all unique.
Yes.
They kind of have like a video. I don't know.
It's a replaceable LED screen. Yeah. It's a paneled LED screen.
Yeah. So that's surrounding all of you,
Mhm.
and they play unique music. Each one is its
Transitional
own
music, yeah.
transition music to
Mhm.
get you from going from what is kind of like the hub area of the park, which is Celestial Park, and then they have it juts out to all of the different portals. You enter a portal, you'll usually see like a big icon that's sticking up. You enter through the portal, you have the LED screen.
Yeah.
You walk through that, and then you get the grand reveal for pretty much all of them.
Mhm.
All of them have some kind of grand reveal. And Isle of Berk, man,
Probably has the best one, I think.
yeah,
I think it probably has the best
depends.
one.
The immediate one,
It's the best grand reveal.
overall, yeah, it's just so vast.
You literally are walking out into Burke. It's got the best grand reveal because the Harry Potter one, you're just walking into like a city street block. The Nintendo one is cool, but there's other issues I have with Nintendo. In Dark Universe, you kind of come in this random weird cemetery corner.
Well, no, it's like it's drawing you further in. It's playing upon. It's just a different reveal, which I think once you get the reveal, it's genius.
But
the
I
setup
think-
is genius.
I think
there.
the Burke one is still the best.
Immediate, yes. Immediate grand reveal, yes.
Okay. But then go on and talk about your blue box.
So everything about Isle of Berk, so expertly planned, detailed to the nines. And then the one thing which drives me nuts, and Disney does it too, so I'm gonna complain when Universal also does it. Why for Untrainable Dragon do they just leave the big blue box? It like ruins the illusion, and these kinds of things do matter in theme parks, especially when you're trying to do grand reveals and go with sightlines. Like, sightlines are so important because it immerses you into these different lands. When you see a big blue box, same thing with Cosmic Rewind. I see this huge big blue box. Okay, I know the roller coaster's in there. It breaks the illusion. That's all.
Okay, so we did the Untrainable Dragon without giving any spoilers. It was a fantastic show. There's one event
Man.
that happens, which I had no idea was going to happen.
Spectacular.
And everyone goes, oh, and
I was like, clean,
it was
Oh, man.
very cool.
It is geared towards families.
Yes.
2 adults here, though. Beautiful. Beautiful show. I loved
Beautiful.
it. It's so good.
Beautiful. We found a small 30-minute segment where the Hiccups Wing Gliders was a 30-minute wait. This is like a Toy Story. You're telling me this is like the Toy Story roller coaster?
Slinky Dog Dash
Slinky Dog
equivalent.
Dash equivalent type roller coaster. I liked it probably a little bit better than I think that, especially with
Okay,
especially
slow
with
down. Slow down. You liked
Burke's Hiccups Wing Gliders.
you liked Hiccups Wing Gliders.
I like
better
I
than
like it.
Slinky
I like
Dog.
it when Toothless with that tooth eating grin of his launches
okay,
us off.
Don't let's not give away anything.
All right.
So it honestly, from walking around the land, you don't think it's going to be much. It looks fun, but
Yeah.
you can kind of write it off as that looks like a kiddie coaster. That can't be very
It's pretty fun.
It is. It's scarier than I thought it was going to
And you
be.
get
That's
a
the same with Slinky Dog. It
Right.
doesn't look like it's going to be scary, but
Mhm.
it is. You get some thrills.
Yeah.
Really fun moments
chills.
happen. It's the definition of a story coaster.
And you get a good view of all of Burke. It goes basically all through
Oh,
Burke. So
like right over the water. It's
great
great ride.
Okay.
No contest to me. It is far superior than Slinky Dog Dash.
Okay, let's talk about Emily's favorite portal.
Yeah, no question.
Okay. So I think next we made our way on over to
Dark Universe.
Dark Universe.
Oh yeah.
I would say thematically, this is probably the coolest portal also.
I'm dying.
I think-
They need to expand this one
So
immediately.
I think for me, from a grand reveal, Burke is the coolest from a looks perspective. This is
Mhm.
the most Dark Universe is the best whole package.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because when we first walked in, everything is like connected to the main Monsters Unchained ride
To the
in the
castle.
castle. When we first walked in, the first sound that we were hit was the electricity vibing out because it's all being drawn to the castle and like
It's all interconnected throughout the entire land.
yeah.
It's so good.
So we got the Frankenstein pretzel from
DeLacy's Cottage.
DeLacy's
This is
Cottage.
a callback to the original Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar, Dark Universe, the entire premise for this land, it's drawing back to the original classic Universal monsters. So Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Creature from the Black
Phantom of the Opera.
Lagoon. Yeah, all of them. And once that was announced, I'm like, oh yeah, what took you so long, Universal? This is made for me. What?
No, that's fine. We pretzel was good. It's like it's a Frankenstein. It looks like a Mickey pretzel. It is a Mickey pretzel, but it just looks like
It looks like
Frankenstein's head.
Frankenstein's head. It's
So.
so cute.
We went to the Burning Blade Tavern to get
Mhm.
our beverage on. We got
The team members, they were very into playing with the theme of
they
this land.
They play the bit up. We got ourselves a beverage. I do not remember which one we got.
Whatever it was
It
the
was
gin
good.
one. It was
Yeah,
quite delicious.
It was quite delicious. And he's like, maybe
I
these.
think I'm a gin girly now.
Yeah, but only if it's like in these kind of fruity drinks and not a Negroni.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the big
What'd-
elephant in the room.
What'd you think of the interior of the Burning Blade Tavern?
That was nice.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Talk about the main ride. We did not do the werewolf ride,
Curse of the Werewolf.
Did
We
not
did
do
not
that.
have time for that.
Yeah. but we did do Monsters Unchained, and it was so good. We did it twice.
Oh, wait. Let's just take a moment here.
Let's take a moment.
This doesn't happen very often with Clayton. He likes to remind me many times that he expresses things differently than I do, where I'm impressed by things very, very quickly. It's quite apparent. With Clayton, as soon as we came upon the castle, you could see Monsters Unchained. You just stopped and went, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I was like, ah!
I have no recollection of this moment.
You did. It made me
I don't
so
remember
happy.
that. I don't remember that at all.
Well, you did say that.
Okay, so Monsters Unchained. Q. Pretty cool. History of like
Only
Frankenstein and
pretty
stuff.
cool.
Pretty cool.
Fantastic cue.
Talking about Dracula, Frankenstein, all the monsters, callbacks, nods to all the
That was
monsters.
a great setup. Pre-show.
Pre-show.
Oh my goodness.
Thankfully we did this twice. Unfortunately, the pre-show wasn't working the second time, so thankfully we got to watch it the first time we went.
Yeah.
Pre-show, 2 thumbs way up.
Mm-hmm.
Frankenstein animatronic, Frankenstein monster animatronic. You want to talk about?
Even Victoria Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So she's
She's
an original character.
Yeah.
She was created specifically for this land and this attraction.
yeah.
I thought she was really impressive because
She was a
she
good character.
has kind of like the screen face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I've seen, this was the part I had seen videos of. It does not look very good in video. In person, she looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I asked you.
You asked
yeah.
me, but
I had to
it's not
ask
very
you, so it wasn't
apparent.
like you can tell with like the Anna and Elsa and the Frozen one.
yeah.
Like, aren't those getting changed? Or
Oh
something?
yeah, they're. I think in February is when the new animatronics.
But like those ones are
launching.
very, very apparent. And this one, I like had to ask him. Like,
Yeah, you were staring. You're like, wait, is
She
that
got the screen face, so in person it looked really
It works
good.
really well.
The Frankenstein's monster one though
Oh,
is the
man.
best one for sure. Okay, so Monsters Unchained. Get to the queue.
Yeah, what do we say? I don't really want to. Give
Okay, without giving
spoilers.
anything away, it was the bee's knees. I surprisingly, this is the same ride system as the Harry Potter
in the Forbidden Journey.
and on this one, I did not really get nauseous.
The best way I've heard it put, because for all of the attractions in Epic Universe, I wanted to go into them blind in success, except for like seeing parts of the queue. That's all I knew about. With this one, all I heard, same ride system. However, experiencing what Monsters Unchained is, that's what that ride system was actually made to do.
Mm.
And it works seamlessly. It is perfect. I don't know what else to say about it. I have not been so excited after getting off an attraction, and I don't know how long. It's so good. I don't even know what else to say
I don't know what
to
else to say
fully
either.
capture what it does
Since we're not doing spoilers,
and how impressive it is.
it was
just
very
say
impressive.
The animatronics,
Very impressive.
unbelievable. I will say there was one I noticed that was not working.
The creature from the Blue Lagoon?
No, he was working.
One of the Draculas.
No, the mummy.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Because I did see in a video it actually
Oh.
working.
Oh, I see.
But
How
yes,
does someone take a video? They must have like a chest mounted something because you can't carry
I
anything on there.
guess. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Animatronics, flawless. This is my favorite attraction in the park. If you want to have a conversation with me about, because I've heard people debating back and forth about Harry Potter and this, to me, it's like no competition. I think this is hands down the winner. It is so good. There are some screens in it, but the way they're used, it's very smart. They are integrated seamlessly, and they are only used as a mechanism to propel the story and do things that they cannot do otherwise. They figured out ways with practical sets, with animatronics, with the way the ride vehicle moves to tell the story, and screens are not a crutch, which is usually that's what, and it's also my complaint with Clayton's big kind of concern with Universal is that screens are used too prevalently and they are used as a crutch. This one, they work perfect. No complaints about the use of them in this.
Okay. I think we should move on. We did see the tavern, the Burning Blade Tavern. We saw the Burning Blades. We saw, so they will announce, there's like a little bell alarm that will go off in the land. Gives you like a couple minute heads up that they're going to they're going to light the windmill blades on fire. So you want to go see that.
Or as Clayton liked to call, in your notes, he's called the Burning Blade Tavern the Windmill Bar.
Am I wrong? Is it wrong? I don't think so.
So cool. It is, you got to make it part of your park day. Go see that at night. And especially this land at night, it's a must do.
Now let's talk about my least favorite land.
Yeah, I agree with you on this
Let's
one.
talk about Nintendo Land. The grand reveal or the pipe entrance, 2 thumbs way up.
Love it. You enter into Peach's castle
Yeah.
and it's callbacks to Mario 64. Love that.
But let's talk about a little chaos.
However, we also need to talk about the reveal because when you enter, since you are going up into a pipe, you enter out into the land on a second floor.
Oh, yeah.
And you get this like great view of everything. There's so much happening. Talk about kinetic energy, movement everywhere. It is really impressive.
Yeah.
I don't want to shortchange that.
Yeah,
you need to
no.
take a moment to just say it looks straight out of the video games.
Yeah, it does. But that's where my enjoyment kind of unfortunately faltered because we're not able to do Donkey Kong.
Minecart Madness.
Donkey Kong had a 2-hour wait. We did go back to the Donkey Kong land. We did like the land portion. We didn't really, it was like at the end of the night. It was like the last thing we did. So we didn't like do a crazy amount of exploring, but
Getting to hear that Donkey Kong, why am I drawing like soundtrack?
yeah.
It is so cool getting to hear that with the minecarts going around and like you see all the Kong letters spread throughout the land. That part of the land, I loved it.
Yeah.
Just because of the layout, it feels more meandering. The problem with the rest of Super Nintendo land is it's very self-contained, where everything is just like in a bubble almost.
Yeah.
And everything's all smack dab. You don't really have any other pathways to go to. So it feels like a lot of people.
It is
And there's going to be a lot of people in there because this is really meant for families. Families are going to want to gravitate here.
Yeah. So we did Yoshi's, the Yoshi ride.
Yoshi's Adventure.
Which I don't really still really understand what the point of that ride was.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I think we would have liked it more if we didn't wait as long as we did for it.
Yeah, maybe that was the trick.
And I think I would have liked it more too if it felt more like a people mover type attraction.
Like a little bit longer.
It was
around
longer
the ride.
and gave you more views of the entire land.
I think that would probably
it's
help
cute.
it.
It's just not worth waiting 40 minutes for it.
No. Then we also did Mario Kart. I was not a fan.
Positives. The queue.
Queue.
Oh, so good.
Very, very cool
If you're
queue.
a fan of Mario, it's
have to go through the queue.
hilarious. You need to pay it. Look at all of the details. There's so many jokes in there. It's wonderful. I loved the queue. I also got a big kick out of, so if you've not seen, this attraction is part dark ride, part augmented reality. How that comes into play, you're given like these Mario hat visors to wear. And then eventually once you get seated in your ride vehicle, you attach the goggles. However, they hand out the Mario hat visors really early on in the queue. So I was just cracking up because I looked behind us and every person, it's just this big mass of people wearing Mario hats. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. It was so funny.
Yeah. That's like, so then we got into our carts. We put the goggle visor on that does the augmented reality portion of it. And that's where things for me fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mixture, like Emma said, dark ride. So there's a lot of dark ride elements that
there's actual practical sets with a lot of detail, but it's really hard to distinguish
what's that
and enjoy what's actually there in front of you.
Yeah.
Because on your goggles, there's so much
stuff
happening
going on everywhere, left, right, and center.
that it's just really hard to appreciate everything that went into building the ride because you're so focused on everything that's directly in front of you.
Yeah. And the other thing I found was the focal point changed so much for my eyes that my eyes at the end of it were really hurting. Just like strained because of how you had to, it like completely changed the focal point of where my eyes were having to look. And I wasn't a fan of the Mario Kart ride.
I did enjoy the Rainbow Road section of the attraction.
Maybe I might have just been fine if I just didn't even play the game, like, and just
if you just never put the goggles on also.
Yeah.
And could just enjoy what was actually built.
Yeah, I think there's a balance there. I don't know.
Yeah. I think this is my theory. I feel it would work a lot better if it was just stuck to being, I understand augmented, they took a risk here.
Yeah.
They wanted to try something, so I can't applaud that. I don't think it fully works. I've heard people do enjoy it. It's kind of mixed. Some people feel the way we do. Other people enjoy it. However, I would have liked it a lot better if it just stuck to being a dark ride where you can appreciate all the detail, take you through iconic scenes and races and courses from the games, and make it more of like a zany Mr. Toad's Wild Ride where you're zipping and zagging. I think, to me, that would have been my preference.
Let's talk. So, any other thoughts on land?
I think it's a beautiful land. It's just a little chaotic. So for us, it was harder to enjoy.
Yeah.
We might have enjoyed it a bit more if we did get to actually experience Minecart madness.
Maybe. Yeah.
But on top of that, you need to see it at night. Very beautiful.
Yeah. Let's talk Celestial Park. So in Celestial Park, we mostly did a few things. We got some macarons
from Captain Cacao.
Captain Cacao, which Emily won't stop talking about, this new original character, Captain Cacao. Emily's like, we need a Captain Cacao ride. Captain Cacao. Captain Cacao.
He's
Cacao.
Cute. Clayton
Was
finally...
he like a bear?
Yeah, you know he's a bear. You saw him.
Yeah, he's a bear, right?
Clayton's uncovered the secrets of Captain Cacao and his moonship, finding all of the yummy ingredients across the galaxy.
Yeah. We had dinner at Pizza Moon. We had the spicy pepperoni pizza, something like that.
Yeah.
Very good. I really like the vibe of this. If you're going in to sit down and sit in the inside, it's way too line. It is definitely worth to go inside, at least look at the interior of it. But if you want to kind of skip some of the sit inside line, especially if you got good weather, they have several tables outside. Just grab a table, scan the QR code, order your food. It'll be delivered to you in no time flat.
It was really nice, actually. And honestly, pretty good deal for theme park food.
Yeah. We basically, I think it was like $20 for one pizza. And we split it.
This pizza is absolutely meant for two
people. Yeah. So
yeah, it was a full meal for us.
It was a full meal.
Delicious theme park pizza as well. Usually that's not something people talk about.
Yeah.
It was so good. I loved it. Good crust. Yeah. That is one of my big tips.
Pizza.
If you're going to go to Epic Universe, eat at Pizza Moon.
Yeah. What's better than pizza than ice cream? We got ice cream at the Frosty Moon. This one is kind of like frosty ice cream, not like
soft serve.
Yeah, it's like a frosty soft serve ice cream. We got vanilla with Oreo cookie crumbles. So we made our own cookies and cream.
It's fun. They have a couple different flavors, and then you get to choose a couple toppings.
Yeah. We did do Stardust Racers at night, which is this is the big universal kind of roller coaster.
Much bigger than what you will typically find at Disney.
We did it at night. Perfect choice to do it at night. I recommend to do it at night.
We timed it out
We got timed out
right.
perfect.
It was as it was starting to
as
get
it dark.
We hopped on and it was like perfect, completely dark.
This roller coaster, I did not get sick.
You did not.
My back felt
fine. You also, for frame of reference,
I do get
Incredicoaster.
I get sick on Incredicoaster. So
there's that.
I think if it was hotter, there's a chance I get sick because that's one of the big things with a Incredicoaster. But especially once you go through Jack Jack's flame tunnel. But Stardust Racers, very cool. I don't remember what side we did.
Yeah,
there's like a big debate apparently. Emily was telling me
2 sides, so that makes it even more fun. Repeatability, and you can decide which one you like better for yourself. It's also just a really neat way that they interweave the different track layouts.
Yeah.
So you're like going in tandem. They have to time it out right when they release actual trains on each track because you were going side by side with the other train at one point. Cool. You were literally like barrel rolling with the other one at another point.
Very cool. We wanted to do this one again.
We did, which we're not big coaster people.
We're not.
Usually it's like Thunder Mountain is more our speed, and the kind of coaster will be like, again, not a big coaster like this. Usually we'd be one and done and say, that's fine. We're
this
good.
One
no
we
more.
wanted to do again.
It was so
It wasn't like the wait wasn't very long throughout most of the night, but when we were thinking about doing it one more time, the wait jumped up really, really high because it was like at the full.
It wasn't. It was like.
It wasn't. It was like 40 minutes, but at that time,
which 40 minutes for this ride, well worth it.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But this
at
was
the time,
this was the end of the day. We were tired. We had been there the entire day.
Yeah, we were capped out.
Yeah, we couldn't do it at that.
We pretty much did everything except for 2 rides within Burke. So we didn't do the water ride within Burke and the other hang glider ride within Burke. We didn't do the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster or the Donkey Kong coaster.
No, we did not.
But we did pretty much everything else and experienced everything else that the park had to offer. Including, we did see one of the fountain shows in the middle of Celestial Park. I think ours was themed to Mario.
Yeah, we did see the Mario one.
Saw the Mario one. So there's they have like a World of Color-esque water fountain show that will go on at random parts of the night, and they will be themed to each.
Well, you shouldn't say World of Color. There's not screens. It's just fountains.
It's just fountains with music. Colored water.
It's a chill fountain show. They have it's a big grassy area. The water's in the middle. You can just relax, eat a Frosty cone. I really like Celestial Park because it just feels like a nice hangout spot. It has the vibes. The vibes are there.
Okay, so our final thoughts.
Okay, you got to lead us because you have the notes. I don't.
Final thoughts. Mobile ordering at the Universal Parks.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Mobile ordering was a dream. It was easy. We made a mistake on one of our orders. We wanted to add something. Was able to cancel really easily. Just do a new one. I did like how we were able to order a Pizza Moon, sit down at our table, order, and just have it come right to us. That was fantastic.
They also have actual sit-down restaurants if you want more of a break from park time too. So good variety of options, and then even more quicker paced like snack stand offerings as well throughout the park. So lots of variety. The food was incredible. Everything we had was delicious, and we didn't even scratch the surface on what's offered in all of the portals in Celestial Park. Like there's such diversity, and that is one of the big things from this park that you'll hear from people. The food is like superior to a lot of other theme parks out there.
Now that you've been talking about it for 70 minutes, is there anything else that you've mentioned or haven't mentioned that you were impressed by at Epic Universe? Besides literally everything that you mentioned for the last 70 minutes.
I want to go back to the detail and the big effort, especially in places like Isle of Burke. There's a lot of little tiny added details and kinetic energy going on with the dragons spread out throughout the land that you could easily overlook, or the sheep that actually have like fur on them and texture. The actual hand carved benches. There's so much going on. The bathroom, which we were kept joking about this, where Stoic's toilet at.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to find the bathrooms because everything's themed. We're like,
Yeah.
we
Where's
need to go find
Stoic's
Stoic's
toilets?
toilet.
Yeah.
In the restrooms, there was this beautiful mural. Like, what is going on? So everything was just so much money was clearly put into this park. A lot of thought, a lot of care. It is very evident. And it was a dream for me in pretty much every land getting, which I guess that was the only thing I wish we could have more time for, was just looking more at the details, because we were just trying to experience everything as much as possible. We didn't get as much time to just take our time with each land and really look at everything and everything it has to offer aside from just getting on rides.
Yeah. Improvements.
Do you have anything to add?
In this case, no, because you've gushed about it. I know I had all the same feedback.
Okay, I'm just
So,
checking.
Improvements.
They for sure need more rides.
Yes.
Which I did mention. This is phase 1. There is more coming, and there's always been more planned for future expansion, which they are already. That's very difficult to say. Starting to work on. So that is good news. But even without something going down, we were very lucky in the day we had. The weather was perfect. There wasn't rain to cause any rides to go down. If there is an attraction that's delayed, it's going to cause a lot of problems. They just need more attractions to eat people up. I would also say they need to add some other attractions that aren't just, and this is even a complaint I have with Disney a lot of the time. I think they need to also focus on bringing in new attractions that aren't just all about being the most high tech and being so overly complicated that it's hard to get it working and reliable for people to get on. We need like people eaters. We need a haunted mansion type ride. So that's basically what Monsters Unchained does. Throughout the entire day, it's consistently 30-minute wait or less for the most part, even on a busy day, because it eats people up. I feel like they need more of that in this park.
Yeah, I can't.
You need to take the next one because I'm doing all the talking.
Well, you're really good at this. I mean, improvements for me is just like like less screen rides so I can ride them. Because otherwise I have a problem. Other improvements? Oh yeah, improvements. I don't know.
But to be fair,
yeah.
Harry Potter was really, I mean, Mario Kart wasn't a screen. It was just a weird thing it did with your eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm saying in this park, it is not screen.
Besides the one big one, yes, I did not get heavily thrown screen set. So yes, you're correct on that front. But yeah, that is still something that I struggle with a lot when it comes. I know I'm not the only one. So when it comes, if you're in the middle of summer, this could be like the hottest place on the planet, maybe because there's like no shade or there's not a lot of places to escape the sun. Let's just say if you've been to Toy Story Land, you pretty much kind of know what I'm talking about.
Even if you walked World Showcase, I'm also thinking about this too.
Yeah.
In Epcot, we've done that. That feels like the hottest walk of my life.
Yeah. So in the middle of summer, this park could be maybe a little bit more hot. Like
could be problematic.
It could be pretty hot probably because there's not a whole lot of places to seek shelter. And like Emily said, when it rains, and it does rain a lot in the summer, there's not a lot of cover and a lot of the rides are outside. So those will probably go down if it's heavy rain, in which case the other not indoor rides will see a heavy increase.
So another improvement, build more indoor attractions too.
Yeah. Which could be handled in future expansion. So what would you like to see expanded upon?
My number one vote, which this isn't a spoiler, I already said it. I want Dark Universe. We need more to this land. It is so expertly done. I want more.
So there's supposed to be like a Creature of the Black Lagoon ride?
That's not confirmed. That's rumor.
Rumor?
Which I'm dying for that to be the next thing on the list.
Like a water, that'd be cool, like a boat ride.
Do it indoors. Make it real spooky.
Like an indoor boat ride. That'd be cool.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Kicking.
That makes a lot of sense because then Dark Universe can like eat a lot of people. So
yeah.
That'd be
We
good.
need that. One thing that actually was dropped originally from Dark Universe, they were going to do a monster show.
That'd be
Let's
fun.
bring another show in too. I would love to, I think having other things aside from rides too. Just goes back to improvements. Have another stage show, have some kind of nighttime. I know they do the fountains, but that's more
like more specific, like firework type
that eats a ton of people up. I think we need some more of those attractions that aren't necessarily just rides.
They're building a new Harry Potter ride, which is confirmed, and they're actually starting on that one.
That's confirmed. They've already started, which
That'll help.
That land definitely needs another attraction.
That land definitely needs another attraction.
So really good that they're already.
That would really
started.
help too, because like the line, if you don't get in that initial rush, it's like a 4-hour line. And
that's not every day. We were there during a really busy week, but it's still going to be several hours, at least right now.
I mean, most theme parks don't have an off week now, so yeah, 4 hours is probably the max. But you get the picture. Mm-hmm. You've seen Guardians line reach 3 hours, so you get the picture. Other future expansion, anything for Burke? Burke is kind of nice. I don't think Burke needs
honestly.
It. And Nintendo could maybe use.
There's also rumors about them expanding on Super Nintendo.
Okay.
So I think they could, because it's just do another almost side land like they did with Donkey Kong. Do that again.
They could do Hyrule.
I mean, that's a rumor. I mean, I don't know if it's for Epic Universe.
I think Nintendo has the easiest expansion plans, because they could just
it's very easy.
They could do Hyrule. They could do whatever Kirby's land is. They have like all those IPs. They could bring in Kirby. They could even do a Super Smash Bros. Location.
There's so many possibilities.
They could do a Super Smash Bros. Ride. I don't know how that would work, but they could do it. If they put Hyrule in there automatically, and I could buy the Master Sword, become my favorite land. Who's this park for, Emily?
I wouldn't recommend it to little kids.
No, I would not recommend it. There's not a whole lot for little kids.
World is cool. I think your kids need to be a little bit older, though.
They probably need to be a little bit older to get the most out of this park.
Yes.
If you're a theme park aficionado, and if you do like Disney and theming,
it's a dream.
And very nice rides, you'll love this park.
And not just the rides. That's usually what comes to mind with a bright, shiny new theme park. Is it's all about the rides. There's so much more to Epic Universe than that. And as I mentioned, I wish I had more time to really just soak in each of the portals, because a big part of this too is the moments that aren't listed in the app, or there not being a ride wait time assigned to it. They have a lot of random character interactions. We saw the Invisible Man. We saw Igor like 3 different times. He's carrying around a foot. We never stopped to talk to him, but they do a lot. It seems like they've made a real effort to have those very special moments that aren't just about running from ride to ride. So I think that's a really great new path that Universal's taking that they never really did before.
Do you think this is a one-day park right now?
I don't. Not for me. I've mentioned it was busy when we were there. If you want to do everything, if you're just like, I only want to knock out the rides, I don't care about the shows, I don't really care to spend my time looking at everything, you could do it in a day. Yeah. Sure. That's not how I like to do theme parks. I like the whole package of really taking everything in. And I think it's kind of a crime to go to a park like this and write off everything else that's within each land and only be about running from ride to ride, because it is so well designed, so beautiful, so much detail. Like, you need to just look at it and appreciate it. Take your time, enjoy it. Even spend some moments in Celestial Park just relaxing. It doesn't need to just be about running from place to place. And I think in the future, once more gets added to this park to alleviate the pressure off of some of those heavy hitter attractions, it may make it easier for the park goers to actually feel like you can relax a little bit. But for me, we needed more than a day.
Any other tips that we have not mentioned?
Don't go in summer.
Don't go in summer.
If that's the only time you can go,
obviously,
I think this is a park you should for sure experience. However, if you can coordinate going when the weather is a bit better,
it's definitely going to be.
It'll be a more enjoyable experience for you.
It's going to be hot. You're not going to have much escape from the sun, and if it does rain, you're going to get wet. So just be aware. But if
Yes.
that's the only time we had fantastic weather. It was like 80 degrees on the dot. So, but
One thing we completely forgot to mention because we didn't do it, the toothless meet and greet. Oh, I'm kind of sad we didn't do that.
well, you can do it when you go.
You can see it if you're not in line, and I was freaking out. So even things like that with a meet and greet to make it exciting, I'm not a meet and greet person, and I had FOMO.
Okay. Any other final thoughts?
Here's a good question to end it on. Epic Universe has been built up for quite a while here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth the hype?
Yeah, I think so.
I do think it is.
I think it demonstrates that you can still do this. I mean, I think it demonstrates that you can do a highly detailed, highly singular focused IP land, which is kind of what is the trend in amusement parks,
And make it fresh and exciting.
and do it very well, and put a lot of love and a lot of care and a lot of money into it, and do it well, and it will shine through. And in comparison to some of the other really highly themed or kind of highly themed IP lands that we've seen, I think a lot of these blow those out of the water.
Yes. There's kind of a weird discourse that tends to go on in the theme park community where a lot of the time it's you like Disney, you can only like Disney. Then you have your Universal people, and some people just stick strictly to Universal. To me, I really love both. Disney's like clearly my favorite thing, but there's a lot in the older Universal parks I've always liked. But with Epic Universe, it's like, to me, there's no question that it absolutely belongs in the same conversation as some of the great Disney parks. Like, to me, no question. It deserves that place. And
I would
it's
agree.
only just going to get better over time as they continue to expand. And I'm excited to see what's next. There's for sure growing pains it's going through. I know with any kind of brand new theme park in its entirety, every single one has gone through growing pains, and they definitely have some things to work out. It's not perfect. I don't think any theme park is really perfect. Well, I think Disneyland's almost kind of perfect, except for Tomorrowland. But there's a lot, even with a final thing I want to end on. This park is also meant to be seen at night. And I'm not just talking about the
That's
different
true.
portals, just even Celestial Park,
Yeah.
which isn't like a main driver for you to spend a lot of time in necessarily. It's not the thing with lots of big attractions. Yes, as the coaster, but that is meant to be an area at night for you to just look and enjoy and look at all the lights. It is gorgeous.
Okay. Any other final thoughts?
I thought that was a big thing.
No, it was
this
a big
park
thing.
is like meant for
It's
nighttime.
very pretty at night. It's very pretty at night. Dark Universe is very pretty at night. Nintendo's very pretty at night. I don't think did we go on a Burke at night?
Not really. I think that's maybe has less to really see at night,
Fair enough.
probably. Speaking of nighttime, one really interesting detail that I noticed as we were making our way out of the park,
Mm-hmm.
each of the portals, they all have a different landmark right outside of them as you enter. At nighttime, there's a light shining directly up into the sky, and all of the portals, they all shoot up and converge
Yeah, you did point this
into
out.
a center spot. So it looks really neat when you're standing in Celestial Park and you look up and you see all of these lights beaming up with different colors to represent the different lands, and they all meet in the middle. Just really cool, something you might easily miss.
So we that was our epic day. We took our bus back to Cabana Bay. I watched some of the Indiana Oregon game because that was
Oh, this is what you want to end
I was
on?
riding that high of a Indiana team. Let's see, and then we went to sleep. Eventually, we passed out pretty easily this night.
Epic Universe, a day there. Best sleeps night of your life.
Then
Best
we,
best night's sleep of your life.
yeah.
That's how it goes.
We woke up and we headed on over to Disney World, but we will talk about that next week. Next week we have our Disney World resort stay, which is something that we don't generally do or never done.
Now, not
So
no.
we did a resort stay, And then we headed on over and had our first experience with the Wish.
Even more new experiences this trip.
Yeah. So we'll talk about all that next week. And then the week after, we will have Disneyland Half Trip Report as well. We are going to be heading down there here the day this race releases, spending some time in the parks. So if you're in the parks or if you're running the race, I know a few people that you're friends with are running. Say hi if you see us. Don't shout at us. Just say hi.
Boy.
Color. Yeah.
Can I just end on a thing? Thanks for going to Epic Universe with me. It meant a lot.
Of course. Of course. Like let me clarify why I'm only saying that. Had this was important for her to go. This was probably the best opportunity for her to go. Another opportunity has opened up and she will be going again.
And I can't wait. I haven't stopped thinking about it. That speaks a lot to this park.
But I'm not a huge Universal fan, predominantly for the facts that I mentioned, that I've had just not terrible experiences, but I get just like a lot of the rides make me not feel great. And then the last time I was in Universal Florida, I'm sure I had the flu and I spent the entire day outside in the Florida heat. So I didn't feel like garbage, because anytime I went inside anything air conditioned, I immediately started to feel like I was coughing up a lung.
Well, that sounds more like a Florida problem,
So
not Universal.
So I spent
that time.
I know, but that was my entire Universal Florida experience. That one time we went with your family in that family trip a long time ago, was I literally spent the entire 8-hour day just outside, so I wouldn't feel bad. I think we did like a few rides, but it was just not a great day. So I don't have the biggest connection to Universal, but this was like a big deal to do. So we went. I'm glad we went. We had a lot of fun. It's a very cool park. There are things that I really enjoyed. There's some things that I had some issues with, but I think maybe the things that I enjoyed outweighed the things that I had issues with. So good
yeah,
park.
I think there's a lot of unique things that this park has to offer that Disney doesn't do. There's things that Disney does better. Like I like to do them.
Competition is good.
It's needed.
Because without competition, some people will rest on their laurels and just be like, well, status quo is okay. Competition's good. So I hope with what Disney has coming down the pipeline, this is kind of a kick in the pants for them to wake up and realize that there's another player that's willing to put money where their mouth is, and that they need to do the same. And we get better park experiences overall. Competition is good. It is what we need. But
I want everyone to do well.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Why can't we all just be okay?
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. We'll be back next week again. Cruise, our new experience on the Wish. So we'll talk all about our thoughts on the Wish. Let's talk about a divisive cruise ship.
Yeah.
We actually quite enjoyed it. Spoiler alert. But we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. This is like, I'm sorry to draw it out again, but I was going to get into this,
Yeah.
but then you kind of moved on to a different topic. It's just not very often in that now in today's day and age.
You get a full new park.
To experience an entire new theme park, I get excited just to experience one new ride. But to enter an entirely new theme park to us,
this was you
I have no idea where anything is.
This was you the entire morning we were getting there. It's like, can you imagine that we get to experience a whole new theme park? And then this was her face the entire day.
I didn't take really any pictures also. I was just enjoying everything. And that to me is an example of a great day. Yeah, you want to have pictures. Those are important. And believe me, I'm all about taking the pictures to probably Clayton's misfortune. However, it was just so great getting to just enjoy everything with my own eyes. I wasn't behind my phone. I loved it. It was great. It's so exciting to be able to say we got to experience a brand new theme park to us. I love it.
Okay, I'm going to try to end this for the third time.
You cannot silence me.
Emily's getting really ready to go see Return of the King tomorrow because she likes to never fails to mention the fact that the movie to her seems like it has 8 endings. And I told her, don't worry, they cut out an entire subplot ending that was in the book out of the movie because it would have added a whole 45 more minutes. And she goes, wow. I'm like, yeah. And we are on the 8th ending of this podcast. So I will say with that.
Let me give one more ending. Does everyone also think Sauron and Saruman sound way too similar? Because I do.
It's not even the same realm.
Make it a little bit
Oh,
different,
my
please. That's all.
Okay.
No?
Okay. With that, Emily,
How else can I drag this out?
remember to be kind and
That's my line.
well, you're not saying it.
And let's
Let's take it.
magical.
Yeah.
Epic ending
Woo.
to an epic episode.
It's like 8:30. I'm tired. It's past my bedtime.
Let's keep recording.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.